What's up, y'all? Okay, so I told you guys I was gonna come back and give you guys an update on all the goings on of the bishop. I know some of y'all said y'all sick of him, and that's fine. I can respect that. But for those of us that are still whatever curious, interested, watching a train wreck, and you can't keep your eye off of it, although you know you should just keep driving. We here, okay? We here to talk about it. So let's get into the things that we're going to get into tonight. First of all, y'all, I think the bishop losing it. I'm serious about this right now. I ain't trying to be funny. First of all, let me say hi to my people. Y'all know I always gotta say hi. Hey, Patricia Moore, how you doing? What's up, Cam? What's up, my boo? Nicole, Carolyn, what's up, lovely 31? Hey, Marilyn. Yes, Diva, thank you so much. Come on in and hit that like button. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Wendy, I'm here like swimwear. Hey, y'all, I'm calling my mom. My man, Mr. Chicklet Teeth, since he only got to learn for the Lord for about 3 to 6 months. Child. Hey, Xavier, what were you earlier, boo? Hey, Jonathan. Yes, the fake bishop. And baby, we got some stuff to talk about. Scammer, horrible husband, slumlord, and now a thief. What will he be labeled next? Child. Still everything else, losing it. He never had it. Hey, Really B, what's up? What's up? Hey, Fran J. So if you coming in, hey to everybody coming in, and hit that like button, please and thank you. So listen, y'all, I think the bishop is losing it. I think the bishop is losing it. Last night, well, 2 nights ago, the bishop did a live, and I did a couple of shorts. Um, I did a couple of shorts. I'll show you the shorts at the end of the video. Um, well, hey from Massachusetts. Hey, what's up, Barbara? Um, but he's losing it. He was sitting in his car at night. He had on a whole red outfit. Hey, Sir James. And he was going off on one of his rants again. Somebody asked him about his wife. Baby, he went off about that. But we know that allegedly his wife left him. So that's probably a sore spot for him. Once again, he went off on DL Hughley, challenging DL Hughley once again to a fight. He was talking about DJ Vlad. If y'all don't know who DJ Vlad is, DJ Vlad, I believe he's a former law enforcement, but he interviewed like all of the former like drug dealers from the 80s and 90s, a whole lot of them that are out of jail now. But he's also, interviewed a lot of celebrities. And of course, the bishop said that um he keeps asking about him. He keeps asking about him. And what's up, Dion? Right, the culture vulture DJ Blast. So he talked about DJ Vlad. Then I gotta play this one for y'all. Hold on, cause this one I gotta play for y'all because y'all just have to hear this one. I can't. Oh shoot. Mm-mm. Lord, we got trouble in chat. These your people right here, Trish. Trish, this your man up in New York, up in Brooklyn. Up in Brooklyn. So listen, y'all. Let me play this one for y'all because y'all just gotta hear this one for yourself. I'm gonna let y'all hear this one for yourself, child. It's one of my shorts. Y'all know my computer is running real slow. Yeah, I gotta hear this one for yourself.
Stopping y'all. Let me see if I cut this off.
Blocked you for thing? What you say to that man?
Facebook is acting
You
up,
don't
y'all.
block
But
you from
anyway,
Facebook and Instagram. Patricia, you was cutting up.
Facebook, I apologize. It keeps going in and out. But let me tell y'all something. Do you know how many people made so much money off of Bishop Whitehead's name? Yeah, Mina dot underscore. Yeah, famous. Google me. It's always the black people. You're like, y'all like why y'all such haters? Google me. If you don't believe that I'm famous, Google me. Show me who had 3,500 articles in a month and a half. But it's all of us famous. Oh my God. Stopping y'all.
So what I need us to do is I need us to teach the bishop the difference between being famous and being infamous, because there's two different things. You can be famous or you can be infamous. Sir, you are infamous. But anyway, let's get into how he done stole the church. Now, I got to say allegedly. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It ain't stopped playing. Hold on. But I have to say allegedly. So for the purposes of this conversation, I have to say allegedly, okay? He allegedly stole the church from the people. So let's go through it. Pam Esquire, y'all know my girl Pam. She broke everything down with all the legal documents, so y'all can get the whole story from Pam. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all the cliff notes. Yes, he did be. I can't say child articles for being a scammer. Right, infamous, sir, infamous. Don't do New York because of him. Child, if I gotta live with the Marion Barry jokes, you gotta live with the Bishop Whitehead jokes. Okay. So here's what happened with this church. Now we covered some of this before. Y'all can go back in my playlist and go find a video where we talked about that before. That was like in early December. So here's what happened, and then here's what we knew, and then I'm gonna tell you how we had to unravel this, baby. It was a mystery. Pam was determined she was gonna get to the bottom of it. She put all these records so she could find out what happened. So back in December, there was an article written that talked about the bishop putting these people out of the church, right? He got possession of this building, and there was a church that was already there that was worshiping, using it as their church. They had been there since like 2016, something like that. And allegedly, he just showed up one day and he changed the locks, put their stuff out on the street. Now, the article was in the New York Times, I believe. They had pictures of the locks. They had pictures of the former church's stuff in the street, all of that. So the question was, how could he do that? If he did not follow the proper procedure for eviction, even if these people were squatters, even if these people had not paid the rent or the mortgage or what have you, you still have to follow a procedure to put somebody out. Like there's a whole process, and the laws vary from city to city. DC's laws are very pro tenant, but it doesn't matter. You still have to follow the process. You can't get mad one day and just change the locks. So we've been trying to figure out, well, what's really going on? Of course, the people who he put out, they filed paperwork with the court to say, listen, they have two different issues. Okay. Their first issue is that they should have never lost their property. That ain't what we're here to talk about. You losing the property, we're not gonna focus on that because we're gonna get lost in the woods if we focus on them losing the property. Let's just focus on the illegal eviction. So they filed paperwork saying, listen, he didn't have a right to do that. He never served us with paperwork. He didn't follow the procedures, the laws of the state of New York, yada, yada, yada. The judge agreed with them. And the judge said, you got to let them people back in that building. You did not follow the procedure. You did not follow the law. You got to let them people back in the building. So what Lamar Whitehead did, he ran down to the court and, okay, he was a trustee. Let me start there. This building was in a trust. It was a family trust. He was listed as a trustee. So he went down to the court and as a trustee of the property, filed bankruptcy. Now, once you file bankruptcy, it stops everything. So he's filed this bankruptcy, which stopped the proceedings, which meant that he did not have to turn the church back over to the original church members who their name was Glory of God Ministries. Right? Y'all following me so far? Listen, put a 2 in the chat if I lost you, if I'm going too fast, because there's a lot of twists and turns in this story. So in an effort to stop the order that the judge put in place that said he had to give the building back, he filed bankruptcy on behalf of the trust, not personal bankruptcy. He wasn't saying that he was bankrupt. He was saying that the trust had too much debt and that the trust was bankrupt. So then the church, Glory of God Ministries, went back to court and said, Judge, Your Honor, this is a blatant attempt to circumvent your order. Okay, Patricia said I lost her. Okay, I lost her. Tell me where I lost you, Patricia. He said that they went back to court and they told the judge, this is blatant. He's not bankrupt. Ain't nothing wrong. They're just doing this to circumvent the court. Okay. Now, again, there's a lot of jurisdictional issues because one case was filed because Lamore Whitehead was trying to get the case pushed over to federal court. New York said, no, we have the city, we have jurisdiction. So again, we're not gonna get lost in those woods because that's another issue that don't have nothing to do with Whitehead still in this church. Him filing in another jurisdiction is just another way for him to try to prolong this process because the judge told him he got to get that building back. So he's just trying to prolong this whole process. So now he's trying to confuse jurisdiction. Who has jurisdiction to make this decision? Right now, this case is in 2 different jurisdictions. Again, throw that out. Don't get caught up in that. That's the minutia. That's the weeds. Okay. Good question, Jonathan. He was not. And that's what's important. So let me go to my notes because I want to make sure I'm giving y'all everything. Okay. So here's where the trust comes into play. Oh, but Jonathan, he didn't. Jonathan said, well, he had to be in order for him to file bankruptcy on their behalf. Not so fast. Remember what the title of this video is. Not so fast. So, allegedly, because I got to keep saying allegedly, even though we got the court documents to prove everything I'm saying, but I got to keep saying allegedly, you know. So, well, Patricia, that's a court issue. The court is going to have to resolve that part. But that's a good question. Patricia said, how can he file bankruptcy on this church that's not his in the first place? But remember, he represented himself to the court that he had the authority to do that he was a trustee. So let me explain. Let me explain the trustee situation. This building is held in a family trust. And the way Pam explained it, Pam is an attorney, Pam Esquire over on her YouTube channel. She said a lot of people will do family trust in lieu of a will. This family, from my understanding, is a very prominent family. They own a lot of property in New York. This is not some hole in the wall. Oh, we stumbled across it. Oh, this is my great-great-grandmama's property and we don't know what to do with it. No. This family is a very prominent family in New York that owns a lot of property. So allegedly, this is what happened. Lamore Whitehead expressed interest in buying the church from the family trust. The family said to him, okay, cool. Lamore said, I'm not interested. That's Whitehead. I want it to be empty though. I don't want to buy the church and there's already people in there because I want to use it for my church, right? So I wasn't in the room, so I don't know how the conversation Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I was like, what? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for and thank you for choosing me. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. So the family said, okay, cool. We will add you onto the trust on a temporary basis. So you are a temporary trust holder member. And it's based on 2 conditions. We are only giving you the power to do 2 things. The first thing we're giving you the power to do is to lawfully, and it says it in the paperwork, lawfully evict the current tenants. So we are giving you the authority to lawfully, so you can go, basically, we don't want to fool with it. They've been sitting in there. They've been there since 2016. We do not feel like going down to the court, down to New York, and go through all of the jump through all of the hoops that you got to jump through to evict somebody. We don't want to do it. We don't have the energy for it. So we're going to give you the authority to go down to the courthouse and sign the paperwork and do what you have to do to evict them lawfully. And then the second thing that it says is that this is contingent upon you receiving financing, right? So you are only a temporary trustee they gave to until you can secure financing, but they put a date on that. There was a date in which he was supposed to be able to secure the financing. They're selling the building to him for $3 million. So one, you can lawfully evict these people, and two, we're adding you so that you can get the financing for this property. Well, he never secured the financing by the date that they told that he had. He did not get the financing, nor did he lawfully evict these people. He didn't lawfully evict the people, and he didn't get the financing. So essentially, his temporary trustee term done. So that's number one. Well, that's number two. Now, what happened was they did not give him the authority to file any paperwork, to file any bankruptcy. So what happened was the original family trustee filed an addendum to the court onto this bankruptcy. They went down to the court and they filed an addendum. They are in favor of the church, the Glory to God, Glory of God church ministries that got put out of the church. They were filing paperwork in favor of them, telling the court, this Bishop Whitehead never had the authority to file a bankruptcy. This bankruptcy is null and void because it's not a legitimate bankruptcy, because he didn't have permission to do it. And we're not bankrupt. The trust is not bankrupt. And he didn't have the authority to file this paperwork. Y'all with me? Am I losing y'all? I'm losing y'all. Okay. So they have to go back to court. I mean, to answer y'all's question, they got to go back to court. I mean, this paperwork has been filed. They also said that he was not authorized to be in the property because he ain't paid for it yet. So not only is he not authorized to file the bankruptcy, he ain't supposed to be in the property. Now, y'all know he's been having church there for the last month or so. I know he had probably the last 2 months because he moved into that church. I think the first service he might have had there was watch night service. So from New Year's until now, so he's been in there almost 2 months. So the paperwork, the addendum said, I wrote this word for word, that he did not have the authority to file the bankruptcy, and he was not authorized or is not authorized to be in the property, and they never get, because he never got the financing. So at this point, his temporary trustee is terminated because he didn't get the financing. Okay. But here's where I ain't no lawyer. I didn't go to nobody's law school. Y'all know I got my degree from Law and Order University by way of Matlock College. But listen, Lamar Whitehead submitted an affidavit to the Court of New York certifying that he was a trustee on this on this property. Let me go to my notes. I want to make sure I said it correctly. He signed an affidavit to the court saying that he had full authorization and that he was a trustee on this building and that he had the authorization to file this bankruptcy. Y'all, that sounds like fraud to me. Now, listen, I ain't saying it's fraud. It's all allegedly. I'm not saying it's fraud. I'm saying it sounds like fraud to me. That sounds like fraud to me. I don't know what it sounds like to y'all, but it sounds like some fraud to me. Now, I see what you're saying, Cindy, that the trustee can't be trusted. You talking about Lamar Whitehead or you talking about the other trustee? He's all kind of wrong. And I got my law degree from the old heads from DC. Listen, Ronnie, listen. Y'all. So listen, when I say that the man is losing it, this is what I mean by when I say that the man is losing it. Last night, he posted down to his Instagram that he was having an emergency. Oh shoot, now my words are escaping me. He was having an emergency revival. He was having an emergency revival down to the church last night. Y'all, this how he was down to the church last night. The stolen church, allegedly. Y'all, he has this huge screen behind him. Why did he have fire coming out of the screen? Why is he standing there in his 1988 Adidas sweatsuit? It's probably Louis Vuitton fake sweatsuit. But anyway, preaching in the sweatsuit. Y'all, why wasn't nobody in that church but him? He said it was just him and his team. Now, I don't know who on his team, and I don't know how many people are on this team. But, sir, why were you sitting in that church last night by yourself, preaching with that fire behind you? Y'all, he losing it. He losing it. He is losing it. It's not even funny. So, from what I've been able to gather, there are a couple of court. I'm sorry, I thought I took the picture down. Hold on, y'all. Let me take that picture down, child. So, what I've been able to gather, y'all, that there are a couple of court dates that are coming up. There's a court date on February the 27th, and there's a court date on March the 1st. And honestly, I don't remember which is which. One of those court dates is for the bankruptcy, the fake bankruptcy, and I'm saying the fake bankruptcy. And the other hearing is to determine jurisdiction. One is to determine whether this should be in federal court or whether this should be local. And the other one is to determine for the judge to rule on whether the judge feels like the bankruptcy was fraudulent. It was just a ploy to put a stay on his order, and if it should be thrown out. So by March the 1st, unless there's any, continuance and all that, that. Yeah, I know they have continuances and all that other stuff. But short of anything like that happening, if they have the full court hearing, then by March the 1st, we should know something about whether the judge is going to make him leave that property and side with the other church, or whether they're going to say, well, he had a right to do what he did. I think that addendum from the actual trustee saying, look, he ain't no trustee. He only had the authority to get financing and to put them people out that place. He didn't have no authority to file no bankruptcy. So if the judge rules that he didn't have the authority to file the bankruptcy in the first place, and the bankruptcy gets thrown out, then I guess it reverts back to the judge's order, which says he got to get out that church. And then in the addendum where it says that they never gave him permission to be in the building because he ain't paid for it. He done moved in. He having service. He having a Super Bowl party on Sunday. He had a playoff party 2 weeks ago. He had an emergency revival last night, and he ain't even supposed to be in there. Y'all, Trish, get your boy. You still in here, Trish, or you done rolled out? Get your boy. The judges must be tired of seeing him. Child, they so tired. Too much of his paperwork was not verified, or someone's notary seal is on bogus documents. Let me say this, and this is my opinion. Let me put my allegedly up here. Child, let me just change this all the way to allegedly, because everything I'm saying is allegedly in my opinion. Okay, let me say this. Let me be clear. If y'all go back all the way back to the beginning of this whole situation, and he talked about how he used to have real estate classes, and he used to do this, and he used to do that. And if you remember that he's not allowed, he can't get a real estate license in the state of New York because of his fraud conviction. But he can be a broker, not a broker, but a go-between. I don't know the proper name, but he can be like a go-between, right? I'm gonna say this to y'all, and this just me. This just me. This my opinion. All my opinion. I don't think this is his first rodeo. It just seemed a little bit too easy and smooth for him to slide up in there talking about, yeah, I want to buy this piece of property from you. And I don't know how they decided to make him a temporary trustee, but it sounds real shady. And it just don't sound like his first rodeo. Now y'all tell me, I ain't trying to, y'all tell me. I don't think this is his first rodeo, and y'all know what I mean when I say that. I think he may have acquired a few properties in a very non-traditional way. I'm being careful with my words, but y'all can read between the lines. Y'all smart. I know y'all can. I'm being careful with my words, but you can read between the lines. I think he's been very creative in acquiring properties. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. I don't know. No bishop is supposed to be preaching in the Lord's church in this much legal trouble. Child. Oh, I definitely believe this man crimes run a mile and is given enterprise. Child. And let's not forget, the feds are always watching. You think the feds don't see this? So you are under federal indictment. Y'all don't think the feds are watching? You picking up what I'm putting down, friend? I know that's right. Hey, Remain Teachable. What's up, my love? Remember, he said he owned the whole block, right? So it's gonna be interesting. Y'all know Pam. If y'all want the whole legal breakdown and y'all want to hear the actual legal language, y'all make sure y'all check out my girl Pam Esquire, Pam Intellect, Esquire. Is it Pam Esquire Intellect or Pam Intellect Esquire? Y'all, my brain is frazzled. It's late, but I wanted to bring this to y'all because child. But we've been over on Pam's channel solving the mystery because Pam's thing was she couldn't find his name on any of the paperwork, so she didn't understand how he was involved because she couldn't find his name. But we done found it, child. We done solved the riddle. This man is a con artist and he has did it before. Listen. I'm just saying I don't think this is his first rodeo. Hey, Chef Don Don. Now you on here talking about Bishop Sir still alive. Don, yes. Child, we didn't go back. You gotta go back and rewind because I'm about to get off of here. You gotta go back and rewind and hear about how we done figured out about this church situation. If the FBI is on him, you would think he would lay low. You would think so. But it's almost like he's daring people. Child. He talked too much and ain't saying nothing. But the problem is he talked too much. Thank you, Pam Esquire, the law intellect. Y'all go check out my girl Pam. She has been on the case. She has been pulling these records and the addendums and the addendum to the addendum and the top of the addendum and the bottom of the addendum. And she has been going through it, okay? Y'all go check out because she solved the mystery. I'm just giving y'all the cliff notes, okay? He does. He thinks he's untouchable. People like him, they think they're the smartest people in the room. That's the problem. He thinks he's the smartest person in the room. And unfortunately, my mama used to always say, a hard head make a soft behind, child. Probably did small properties with people that don't know the law. Well, remember again, we've covered all of this in the past. Remember, he actually was accused of doing this before. Somebody accused him before of basically finagling them out of their property. I want to say, I don't think he was convicted of that. That wasn't part of his legal case, but it did come up. Somebody accused him of swindling them out of their property. And again, it gets complicated with the deeds and it gets complicated with real estate if you don't understand it. But yeah, somebody accused him of stealing their house. He did something finagly with the deeds and stuff like that. I would have to actually have the paperwork in front of me to read it to y'all and explain it. But basically, he did some old fun. He was accused, allegedly, did some old funky stuff, and they accused him of stealing their house. Mm-hmm. Sure. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. Don't forget tomorrow at 12:30 we're gonna be having a spa experience with my girl Sarita. Is he fighting the whole church? I would love to see Whitehead versus Kimmerell. Woo, with them leaning boots, honey. Oh, Kimberell, listen. What's up, Mims? What's up, boo? I was checking out your video earlier. With your shady ass and that damn fur coat, child. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. Please hit that like button on your way out if you did not hit it on the way in. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good evening, and I will see y'all at 12:30. Peace. Mwah.